What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about exactly when Wolffe, Rex, and Gregor took their inhibitor chips out, because I got to talk with Henry Gilroy at DragonCon. He was a writer and a producer for the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, and he mentioned some new information at DragonCon that kind of...
Dropped some bombs.
Yeah, dropped some bombs. It kind of blew my mind. And so we are going to play a clip from my interview with him, and then afterwards we're going to discuss it. So check it out. So you've been dropping a couple little bombshells the last couple days.
Uh-oh.
And just things that I had never, ever considered. For example, when we see Rex and Wolffe and Gregor in Star Wars Rebels again, and they have their chips removed, I just kind of assumed somehow they had their chips removed before Order 66, but you've suggested that might not be the case.
Well, actually, yeah, I did, because I'm thinking to myself, well, the fact that Wolffe is still affected, and the fact that he basically says, oh, the Jedi have come for revenge, that kind of insinuates that, oh, the clones realized what they did after the fact, and maybe not right away. You know, the Jedi were, literally, they were programmed to believe when that order went off that the Jedi were traitors and they had to be executed. That simple. So it isn't something that... if they had taken their chip out a long time before Order 66, I don't think Wolffe would have reacted that way.
Sure.
So, as far as Rex, and I certainly didn't mean to imply that the same goes for Rex, but I think we'll have to wait and see.
Right. I mean, according to the Ahsoka book, it looks like we might get to see that in the Clone Wars. I won't put you on the spot and say what we will or won't, but now, like, that added this whole new layer of, like, oh, crap, we...
Right, because if you think about it, Wolffe and Gregor were probably not on the same planet as Rex. Mm-hmm. So who's to say that when they got their chips out? It could have been after, years later. I mean, we have no way of knowing that, at least right now. And I think because those three characters ended up finding each other after, and most likely, when I think about it, and I don't know this for sure, but it seems like after Order 66 came down, and after the fallout out of that, and after the creation of the Empire, and after the clones were decommissioned, probably there were some clones who realized, oh, we have chips on our head, we got to go save our brothers. And that meant finding them and saying, hey, you got this chip in your head, you got to get it out.
Right.
So that to me makes more sense than, I better get my chip out. You know, if you know what the chip is going to do, that to me changes why you would get it out. And if someone came to you and said, hey, you know, Alex, you have a chip in your head, you need to get it out, you'd be like, so you want to cut a hole in my skull? I'm fine. And take something out? Yeah, I'm not going to let you do that.
Right.
And probably 80% of the clones said that. 90%.
Yeah, and I think Dave said that his original plan for the ATTE in Rebels was to have even more clones than just 3, so that's interesting to think of them going around and searching and how many maybe they ran into and, said, no thanks. But, that's just something that everyone kind of gasped at in the panel, like, no, don't tell me that Wolffe probably...
Well, all you have to do is look at how Wolffe reacts.
Yeah, and it makes total sense.
He takes a shot at Kanan.
It makes complete sense.
He takes a shot at Kanan. So, to me, I thought it was clear. So when I hear that, oh, wait a second. No.
I think it was just we didn't want to.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys are in denial.
Yeah, right.
That never occurred to me. I just thought it was clear, like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, it would appear that Wolffe and possibly Rex took part in Order 66.
Yeah, and it sounds to me that we're almost most definitely going to see that in the last Clone Wars season that they're going to release.
Yeah, I mean, the Ahsoka book kind of talks about the Siege of Mandalore a little bit and suggests that Order 66 begins during the Siege of Mandalore. I was always under the impression, and because the book says that afterwards, after all the chaos, Ahsoka and Rex made fake graves for themselves, and so I was kind of under the impression that, Rex already had his chip removed. Like, no big deal, he helped Ahsoka. But I don't know that that's true anymore. And even someone brought that up in one of the panels, and Gilroy was like, did he help Ahsoka? Did he? And
Yeah.
everyone was like, what are you saying? Stop it. And so, yeah, I don't know. That adds a lot of terror to the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah, and when he was talking about how he takes a shot at Kanan, it's like, I don't, like, no one, I guess, really put two and two together to see, like, why he did that and why they would think, oh, the Jedi have come back for revenge.
I think in my mind, he was worried about Inquisitors.
Yeah.
And again, like I'm referencing in that interview something that he said in the panel. Someone brought that up. So was he talking about the Inquisitors? And he went, oh no, he was afraid the Jedi were coming for revenge because he probably helped kill Jedi. And everyone in the panel went, what?
That last season of Clone Wars is going to be gut-wrenching if they show those characters killing Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, and now the question is, what was Wolffe up to? I mean, I don't think he wasn't the one to shoot down Plo Koon. He was probably somewhere else. So who knows exactly what his role in Order 66 was. Mm-hmm. He may have not been in a position to kill Jedi. I'm kind of assuming the worst because of, his reaction to seeing Kanan. But yeah, for some reason, I just, like I said in the interview, it was kind of denial. I wanted to believe that Rex and Gregor and Wolffe all somehow put the pieces together. I mean, we know Kix knew, and of course Fives knew, but Fives died, so maybe Rex kind of continued his investigation. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, oh, maybe he figured out after Order 66, and then he continued Fives' investigation. But
do you think we'll see how they get the chips out in this last season of Clone Wars, or do you think they would just leave you hanging on that?
So we do know that,
because he said we don't exactly know when they got those out.
Right.
It could have been years.
I don't think that the end of the Clone Wars is going to show us Order 66 all over the galaxy. I think we're going to see it through Ahsoka and Rex's point of view. So I don't think we're going to see Gregor and Wolffe get their chips out, but we could potentially see Rex get his out. I mean,
once
maybe
one
Ahsoka
of them
cuts it out with a lightsaber, but she doesn't know about the chips as far as I know, unless she's done some investigating. And it's like, I mean, we know Ahsoka and Rex survive. We don't know how. We don't know how this all goes down.
Is there a chance that they could somehow go back to Camino and have them help get the chips out?
I doubt it. Because they seem to be kind of in on the whole conspiracy, but I don't know.
I mean, if Ahsoka comes in with the lightsabers and it's like, hey, you need to take this out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember everything from the Ahsoka book, and I think it was shortly after the Siege of Mandalore, which was like shortly after Order 66 happened with them. I think they went into hiding. So I think probably then Rex went around and tried to gather his brothers and help them out.
I need to rewatch all of Rebels.
And Clone Wars.
That too. But like specifically this part before the last season of Clone Wars comes out.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. We tweeted about it. Like, that blew my mind. It was just not anything that I had ever considered, and now I'm even more excited for the Clone Wars.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you want to see these clones that we know and love killing Jedi during the Order 66? Do you think we'll see how they get the chips out? I don't know.
In my mind, I'm thinking it'll just be on Mandalore and it won't go across the galaxy. But also, it's like the Clone Wars is very much about the clones, and it would be gut-wrenching to see Order 66 from their point of view and like see them turn on. I mean, that's probably my favorite scene in Revenge of the Sith is Order 66. And to see it again, but from a more sympathetic point of view, it's like, they might do that. I don't know.
But I'm
terrified now.
That's
I'm
Star
terrified,
Wars.
Henry Gilroy.
That's Star Wars for you. I mean, you take something and then you make it.
You take something fun and then you crush it.
You put it full of emotion. And you just,
Well, like I said, this is just part of the interview. I am going to be releasing more chunks of it and chunks from my interview with Timothy Zahn over the next few weeks. But if you are a patron, you can watch the entire thing right now. I just put it up uncut. The Gilroy interview is about 25 minutes. That is available to all of our patrons at $1 or up, so you can check that out at the link in the description. But that's it for today. So if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel,
and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.